Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. We'll begin chapter 8 of Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita Antilila. Ramchandra Puri criticizes the Lord. Mukam karoti vachalam pangum langhayate girim yat kripa tamam bande Shri Gurum Deen Tarinam Paramanand Madhavam Shri Chaitanya Ishwaram Hari Om Tat Sat. The following summary of the 8th chapter is given by Srila Bhaktivedanta Vinod Thakur in his Amrit Prabha Bhashya. This chapter describes the history of the Lord's dealings with Ramchandra Puri. Although Ramchandra Puri was one of the disciples of Madhavendra Puri, he was influenced by dry Mayavadis and therefore he criticized Madhavendra Puri. Therefore, Madhavendra Puri accused him of being an offender and rejected him. Because Ramchandra Puri had been rejected by his spiritual master, he became concerned only with finding faults in others and advising them according to dry Mayavad philosophy. For this reason, he was not very respectful to the Vaishnavas, and later he became so fallen that he began criticizing Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu for his eating. Hearing his criticism, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu reduced his eating, but after Ramchandra Puri left Jagannath Puri, the Lord resumed his usual behavior. Verse 1. Tam vande Krishna Chaitanyam Ramchandra Puri bhayat Laukikarthaha swam ayo vikshanam samakochayat. Let me offer my respectful obeisances to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who reduced his eating due to fear of the criticism of Ramchandra Puri. Verse 2. Jai Jai Sri Chaitanya Karuna Sindhu Avatar Brahma Shivadika Bhaje Charan Yan Bhar. All glories to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the incarnation of the ocean of mercy. His lotus feet are worshipped by demigods like Lord Brahma and Lord Shiva. Verse 3. Jai Jai Avdhut Chandra Nityananda Jagat Bandhila Yenha Diya Prema Fanda. All glories to Nityanand Prabhu, the greatest of mendicants, who bound the entire world with a knot of ecstatic love for God. Verse 4. Jai Jai Advait Ishwar Avatar Krishna Avatari Kaila Jagat Nistar. All glories to Advait Prabhu, the incarnation of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He induced Krishna to descend and thus delivered the entire world. Verse 5. Jai Jai Shrivasade Yat Bhakta Gana Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Yandra Pranadhana. All glories to all the devotees headed by Srivas Thakur. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is their life and soul. Verse 6. Mata Gaurachandra Nich Bhakta Sange Nilachale Krida Kare Krishna Prema Tarange. Thus Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu at Jagannath Puri performed his various pastimes with his devotees in the waves of love for Krishna. Verse 7. Hena Kale Ramchandra Puri Gosani Aila Paramananda Puri Re Ar Prabhure Milila. Then a sannyasi named Ramchandra Puri Gosani came to see Paramananda Puri and Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Verse 8. Paramananda Puri Kaila Charan Vandan Puri Gosani Kaila Tanre Drid Alingan. Paramananda Puri offered respects at the feet of Ramchandra Puri, and Ramchandra Puri strongly embraced him. Purport by Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Because Ramchandra Puri was a disciple of Madhavendra Puri, both Paramananda Puri and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu offered him respectful obeisances. Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur comments that although Ramchandra Puri was naturally very envious, and although he was against the principles of Vaishnavism, or in other words, against the principles of Supreme Personality of Godhead and his devotees, common people nevertheless addressed him as Goswami or Gosani because he was superficially in the renounced order and dressed like a sannyasi. In the modern age, the little title Goswami is used by a caste of Grihasthas, but formerly it was not. Rupa Goswami and Sanatan Goswami, for example, were called Goswami because they were in the renounced order. Similarly, because Paramananda Puri was a sannyasi, he was called Puri Goswami. By careful scrutiny, therefore, one will find that Goswami is not the title for a certain caste, rather, it is properly the title for a person in the renounced order. Verse 9 Mahaprabhu Kaila Tanre Dandavat Nati Alingan Kari Tenho Kaila Krishna Smriti. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also offered obeisances unto Ramchandra Puri, who then embraced him and thus remembered Krishna. Purport Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu offered obeisances to Ramchandra Puri in consideration of his being a disciple of Sri Madhavendra Puri, the spiritual master of his own spiritual master, Ishwar Puri. When a Vaishnav sannyasi meets another Vaishnav sannyasi, they both remember Krishna. When Mayavadi sannyasi generally remember Narayan, even Mayavadi sannyasis generally remember Narayan, who is also Krishna, by saying Om Namo Bhagavate Narayana or Namo Narayana. Thus, it is a duty of a sannyasi to remember Krishna. According to Smriti Shastra, a sannyasi does not offer obeisances or blessings to anyone. It is said, Sannyasi Nirashir Nir Namaskriyaha, a sannyasi should not offer anyone blessings or obeisances. Verse 10 Teen Jane Isht Goshti Kaila Ketakshana Jagadananda Pandit Tanre Kaila Nimantrana. The three of them talked about Krishna for some time, and then Jagadananda came and extended an invitation to Ramchandra Puri. Verse 11 Jagannather Prasad Anila Bhikshar Lagia Yathesht Bhiksha Karila Tenho Nindara Lagia. A large quantity of the remnants of food from Lord Jagannath was brought in for distribution. Ramchandra Puri ate sumptuously, and then he wanted to find faults in Jagadananda Pandit. Verse 12 Bhiksha Kari Kahe Puri Shuna Jagdananda Avashesh Prasad Tumi Karah Bhakshan. After finishing the meal, Ramchandra Puri requested, My dear Jagadananda, please listen, you eat the food that is left. Verse 13 आग्रह करिए तांड्रे वसी खाओ yaila apne agrah kari pariveshana kaila. With great eagerness, Ramchandra Puri seated Jagadananda Pandit and personally served him prasadam. Verse 14 Agrah kariya punah punah khao yaila achaman kaile ninda karite lagila. Encouraging him again and again, Ramchandra Puri fed him sumptuously, but when Jagadananda had washed his hands and mouth, Ramchandra Puri began criticizing him. Verse 15 Shuni Chaitanya Gana Kare Bahut Bhakshana Satya Se Vakya Sakshat Dekhilun Ekhan. I have heard, he said, that the followers of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu eat more than necessary. Now I have directly seen that is true. Verse 16 Sannyasire eta khao yana kare dharmanash vairagi hena eta khaye vairagya nahi bhas. Feeding a sannyasi too much breaks his regulative principles, for when a sannyasi eats too much, his renunciation is destroyed. Verse 17 Eta Subhavatandra Agraha Kariya Piche Ninda Kare Age Bahut Khao Yana. The characteristic of Ramchandra Puri was that first he would induce someone to eat more than necessary and then he would criticize him. Verse 18 Purve Yebe Madhavendra Karen Antardhan Ramchandra Puri Tabe Aila Tandrasthan. Formerly, when Madhavendra Puri was at the last stage of his life, Ramchandra Puri came where he was staying. Verse 20 Puri Verse 19 Puri Gosani Kare Krishna Nam Sankirtan Mathura Na Paino Bali Karena Krandana. Madhavendra Puri was chanting the holy name of Krishna, and sometimes he would cry, Oh my Lord, I did not get shelter at Mathura. Verse 20 Ramchandra Puri Tabe Upadeshe Tanre Shishya Hena Guru Ke Kahe Bhaye Nahi Kare. Then Ramchandra Puri was so foolish that he fearlessly dared to instruct his spiritual master. Verse 21 Tumi Purna Brahmananda Karah Smarana Brahmavit Hena Kene Karah Rodan. If you are in full transcendental bliss, he said, you should now remember only Brahman. Why are you crying? Purport As stated in Bhagavad Gita, Brahma Bhuta Prasannatma, a Brahman realized person is always happy, na shochati na kankshati, he neither laments nor aspires for anything. Not knowing why Madhavendra Puri was crying, Ramchandra Puri tried to become his advisor. Thus, he committed a great offense, for a disciple should never try to instruct his spiritual master. Verse 22 Shuni Madhavendra Mane Krodha Upajela Dura Dura Papishtha Bali Bhartsana Karela. Hearing this instruction, Madhavendra Puri, greatly angry, rebuked him by saying, "Get out, you sinful rascal." Purport: Ramchandra Puri could not understand that his spiritual master Madhavendra Puri was feeling transcendental separation. His lamentation was not material, rather, it was proceeded from the highest stage of ecstatic love of Krishna. When he was crying in separation, "I could not achieve Krishna, I could not reach Mathura," this was not an ordinary material lamentation. Madhavendra Puri was not sufficiently expert. Ramchandra Puri was not sufficiently expert to understand the feeling of Madhavendra Puri, but nevertheless he thought himself very advanced. Therefore, regarding Madhavendra Puri's expressions as ordinary material lamentation, he advised him to remember Brahman because he was latently an impersonalist. Madhavendra Puri understood Ramchandra Puri's position as a great fool and therefore immediately rebuked him. Such a reprimand from a spiritual master is certainly for the betterment of the disciple. Verse 23 Krishna Painu na Painu Mathura Apan Dukhe Marun Edite Aila Jwala. O my Lord Krishna, I could not reach you, nor I could reach your abode Mathura. I am dying in my unhappiness, and now this rascal has come to give me more pain. Verse 24 Mor mukhe na dekhabi tui yao yathi tathi tore dekhi maila mor habe asadgati. Don't show your face to me, go anywhere else you like. If I die seeing your face, I shall not achieve the destination of my life. Verse 25 Krishna Painu Muni Marun Apanar Dukhe More Brahma Mopadeshe Ai Char Mukhe Murkhe. I'm dying without achieving the shelter of Krishna, and therefore I am greatly unhappy. Now this condemned foolish rascal has come to instruct me about Brahman. Verse 26 ये श्री माधवेंद्र श्रीपाद उपेक्षा करेला ये अपराधे इन्हार वासाना janmila. Ramchandra Puri was thus denounced by Madhavendra Puri. Due to his offense, gradually material desires appeared within him. Purport: the word vasana or material desires refer to dry speculative knowledge. Such speculative knowledge is only material. As confirmed in Srimad Bhagavatam 10.14.4, a person without devotional service who simply wants to know things, keval bodha labdhe, gains only dry speculative knowledge but not spiritual profit. This is confirmed in the Bhakti Sandarbh 111, wherein it is said, Jivan Mukt api punar yanti samsar vasanam yadi achintya mahashakto bhagavate aparadhinaha. Even though one is liberated in this life, if one offends the Supreme Personality of Godhead, he falls down in the midst of material desires, of which dry speculation about spiritual realization is one. In his Laghu Toshani commentary on Srimad Bhagavatam 10.2.32, Jeev Goswami says, Jivan Mukt api punar bandhanam yanti karambhi yadi achintya mahashaktau bhagavati aparadhina. Even if one is liberated in this life, he becomes addicted to material desires because of offenses to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. A similar quotation from one of the Purans also appears in the Vishnu Bhakti Chandrodaya. Jivan Mukta Prapadyante Kvachit Samsara Vasanam Yogino Na Vilipyante Karambhir Bhagvat Paraha. Even liberated souls sometimes fall into the material desires, but those who fully engage in devotional service to the Supreme Personality of Godhead are not affected by such desires. These are references from authoritative, revealed scriptures. If one becomes an offender to his spiritual master or the Supreme Personality of Godhead, he falls down to the material platform to merely speculate. Verse 27 शुष्क ब्रह्म ज्ञानी नाही कृष्णेर संबंध सर्वलोक निंदा करे निंदाते निर्बंध. One who is attached to dry speculative knowledge has no relationship with Krishna. His occupation is criticizing Vaishnav. Thus, he is situated in criticism. Purpose. Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur has explained in his Anubhashya that the word Nirbandha indicates that Ramchandra Puri had a steady desire to criticize others. Impulsive Mayavadi who have no relationship with Krishna, who cannot take to devotional service, and who simply engage in material arguments to understand Brahman, regard devotional service to Krishna as karmakand or fruitive activities. According to them, devotional service to Krishna is but another means for attaining dharma, artha, kam, and moksha. Therefore, they criticize the devotees for engaging in material activities. They think that devotional service is Maya and that Krishna or Vishnu is also Maya. Therefore, they are called Mayavadis. Such a mentality awakens in a person who is an offender to Krishna and his devotees. Verse 28 Ishwar Puri Gosani Kare Shripad Sevana Swahaste Karena Mala Mala Mutrati Marjana. Ishwar Puri, the spiritual master of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, performed service to Madhavendra Puri, cleaning up his stool and urine with his own hand. Verse 29 Nirantar Krishna Naam Karaye Smarana Krishna Naam Krishna Leela Sunaye Anukshana. Ishwar Puri was always chanting the holy name and pastimes of Lord Krishna for Madhavendra Puri to hear. In this way, he helped Madhavendra Puri remember the holy name and pastimes of Lord Krishna at the time of death. Verse 30 Tushtahena Puri Tanre Kaila Alingana Paradila Krishna Tumar Ha Uka Premadhanam. Pleased with Krishna, Ishwar Puri, Madhavendra Puri embraced him and gave him the benediction that he would be a great devotee and lover of Krishna. Verse 31 Se Haiteshwar Puri Premera Sagara Ramchandra Puri Haila Sarva Nindakara. Thus Ishwar Puri became like an ocean of ecstatic love for Krishna, whereas Ramchandra Puri a dry speculator and a critic of everyone else. Verse 32 Mahad Anugraha Nigraher Sakshi Dui Jane E Dui Shikhaila Jagajane. Ishwar Puri received the blessings of Madhavendra Puri, whereas Ramchandra Puri received the rebuke of him. Therefore, these two persons, Ishwar Puri and Ramchandra Puri, are examples of the objects of a great personality's benediction and punishment. Madhavendra Puri instructed the entire world by presenting these two examples. Verse 33 Jagat Guru Madhavendra Kari Premadan E Shloka Padi Tenho Kaila Antardhan. His divine grace Madhavendra Puri, the spiritual master of the entire world, thus distributing the ecstatic love for Krishna while passing away from the material world, he chanted the following verse. Verse 34 Ay Dina Dayardra Nath Hai Mathura Nath Kadava Kadavalokayasya Hridayam Tvad Alok Katrim Daita Brahmyati Kim Karomi Aham. O my Lord, O my merciful Master, O most merciful Master, O Master of Mathura, when shall I see you again? Because of my not seeing you, my agitated heart has become unsteady. O my most beloved one, what shall I do now? Verse 35 Eshloke Krishna Preme Kare Upadesh Krishnera Viraha Bhaktera Bhava Vishesh. In this verse, Madhavendra Puri teaches how to achieve ecstatic love for Krishna. By feeling separation from Krishna, one becomes spiritually situated. Verse 36 Prathivete Ropan Kari Gela Premankura Se Prema Ankurehe Vriksha Chaitanya Thakur. Madhavendra Puri sowed the seed of ecstatic love for Krishna within this material world and then departed. That seed later became a tree in the form of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Verse 37 Prastave Kailun Puri Gosani Niryan Ye Iha Shuno Se Badda Bhagwan. Bada Bhagwan. I have incidentally described the passing away of Madhavendra Puri. Anyone who hears this must be considered very fortunate. Verse 38. रामचंद्र पुरी आइछे रहिला नीला चले विरक्त स्वभाव कभू रहे कौन स्थले. Thus Ramchandra Puri stayed at Jagannath Puri. It is customary for those in the renounced order. He would sometimes stay someplace and then go away. Verse 39. Ani mantrana भिक्षा करे नाहिका निर्णय अन्येर भिक्षार स्थिर लेना निश्चय. There was no certainty of where Ramchandra Puri would take his meal, for he would do so even uninvited. Nevertheless, he was very particular about keeping account of how others were taking their meals. Verse 40. Prabhura nimantrane lage kaudi chari pana kabhu Kashishwar Govinda Khan Teen Jana. To invite Chaitanya Mahaprabhu would cost 320 kaudis or small conch shells. These would provide lunch for 3 people, including Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and sometimes Kashishwar and Govinda. Verse 41. Pratyaha Prabhura Bhiksha iti uti haya keha yadi mulya ane chari panapana nirvana. Every day the Lord would take his meal at different places, but if someone was prepared to pay for a meal, the price was fixed at 4 panas. Verse 42. Prabhura Sthiti Riti Bhiksha Shayan Prayan Ramchandra Puri Kare Sarvanu Sandhan. Ramchandra Puri concerned himself with gathering all sorts of information about how Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was situated, including the regulative principle, his lunch, his sleep, and his movements. Verse 43. Prabhura yatek guna sparshite narila naril chidra chahi bule kanha chidra na paila. Because Ramchandra Puri was interested only in finding faults, he could not understand the transcendental qualities of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. His only concern was finding faults, but he still could not find any. Verse 44. Sannyasi hena kare mishtana bhakshana e bhogeya kaiche indriya varana. At last he found a fault. How can a person in the renounced order eat so much sweetmeats? He said, if one eats sweets, controlling the senses is very difficult. Verse 45. ए निंदा करी कहे सर्वलोक स्थाने प्रभुरे देखिते अवश्य आयसे प्रतिदिने. In this way, Ramchandra Puri blasphemed Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu before everyone, but nevertheless he would regularly come to see the Lord every day. Verse 46. Prabhu Guru Buddhe Karena Sambhrama Samman Tenho Chidra Chahi Bule E Tar Kam. Excuse me. When they met, the Lord would offer him respectful obeisances, considering him a god brother of his spiritual master. Ramchandra Puri's business, however, was to search for faults in the Lord. Verse 47. यत निंदा करे ताहा प्रभु सब जाने तथापि आदर करे बड़ ही संभ्रमे. Right. Verse 47. Yat ninda kare taha prabhu sab jane tathapi adar kara bada e sambhrame. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu knew that Ramchandra Puri was criticizing him before everyone, but when Ramchandra Puri came to see him, the Lord offered him respects with great attention. Verse 48. एक दिन प्रातः काले आइला प्रभुर घर पिपीलिका देखी किछु कहे न उत्तर. One day Ramchandra Puri came in the morning to the abode of Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Seeing many ants, he said something to criticize the Lord. Verse 49. Ratrav atra ekshvam आसित तेन पिपीलिकाः संक्रांति अहो विरक्तानां सन्यासिनां इयम् इन्द्रियलालेस्ति ब्रुवन् उत्थाय गतः. Last night there was sugar candy here, he said, therefore ants are wandering about. Alas, this renounced sannyasi is attached to such sense gratification. After speaking in this way, he got up and left. Verse 50. Prabhu paramparaye ninda kerachena shravana ebe sakshat shunilena kalpita nindana. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had heard rumors about Ramchandra Puri's blasphemy. He directly heard his fanciful accusations purport. Ramchandra Puri could not find no faults in the character of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, for he, situated in the transcendental position as a supreme personality of Godhead, ants are generally found everywhere. But when Ramchandra Puri saw these ants crawling in the abode of the Lord, he took it for granted that they must have been there because God Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had been eating sweetmeats. He thus discovered imaginary fault in the Lord, and then he left. Verse 51. Sahachi पिपीली का सर्वत्र बेड़ाय तहाते तर्क उत्थान दोष लगाए. Ants generally crawl about here and there and everywhere, but Ramchandra Puri, imagining faults, criticized Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu by alleging that there had been sweetmeats in his room. Verse 52. Shuni taha prabhu sankoch bhay nam mane govinde bolana kichu kahna vachane. After hearing this criticism, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he was doubted and apprehensive. Therefore, he verse 52. Shuni taha prabhu sankoch bhaya mane govinde bolana kichu कहने vachane. After hearing this criticism, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was doubtful and apprehensive. Therefore, he called Govinda and instructed him as follows. Verse 53. Aji haite bhiksha amar eita niyam pinda bogera ek chauthi panch gandhar vyanjan. From today it will be rule that I shall not accept only 1/4 part of the pot of Jagannath Prasadam and 5 gandas worth of vegetables. Verse 54. Iha ba I adhik ar kichu na aniba. Adhik anile ama eta na dekiba. If you bring me any more of this, you will not see me here anymore. Verse 55. Sakal Vaishnave Govind kahe ei baat. Shuni sabar mathe yaiche haila vajraghad. Govinda relayed this message to all the devotees. When they heard it, they felt as if their heads had been struck by thunderbolts. Verse 56 Ramchandra Puri ke sabai deya तिरस्कार ए पापिष्ठ आसी प्राण लैला सबार. All the devotees condemn Ramchandra Puri, saying, "The sinful man has come here and take our lives." Verses 57 and 58 say Dina ek vipra kaila nimantrana एक चौथी भात पांच गंधार व्यंजन ए मात्र गोविंदा कैला अंगीकार माथाए घा मारे विप्र करे हाहाकार. That day the Brahmins extended an invitation to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. When Govind accepted only 5 gandas worth of vegetables and fourth of a pot of rice, the Brahman in great despair struck his head with his hand and cried, "Alas, alas." Verse 59 say, "Bhat Vyanjana Prabhu Arte ka khaila, ye kichu rahila, taha Govinda paila." Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ate only half of the rice and vegetables, and whatever say ye kichu rahila taha Govinda paila. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ate only half of the rice and vegetables, and whatever remained was taken by Govinda. Verse 60 Ardhashana Karena Prabhu Govinda Ardhashana Sabar Bhakta Ganatave. Tabech Ardhasana Karina Prabhu Govinda Ardhashana Sab Bhakta Gana Tabe Chadila Bhojana. Thus both Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Govinda ate only half the food they needed. Because of this, all the devotees gave up eating. Verse 61 Govinda Kashishware Prabhu Kaila Agyapana Donhe Antyar Magi Kar Udar Bharana. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ordered Govinda and Keshav, "You may take alms elsewhere to fill your bellies." Verse 62 E Rupa Mahadukhe Dina Keta Gela Shuni Ramchandra Puri Prabhu Pasha Aila. In this way, some days passed and the great unhappiness. Hearing all this, Ramchandra Puri went to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Verse 63 प्रणाम करी प्रभु कैला चरण वंदन प्रभु रे कहिए किछु सस्त्य. Verse 60 प्रणाम करी प्रभु कैला चरण वंदन प्रभु रे कहिए किछु हासिया वचन. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu offered his obeisances to Ramchandra Puri, worshipping his feet. Then Ramchandra Puri smiled and spoke to the Lord. Verse 64 सन्यासीर धर्म नहीं इंद्रिया तर्पण याइछे ताइछे करे मात्र उदर भरण. Ramchandra Puri advised, "It is not the business of sannyasi to greatly gratify his senses. He should not fill his belly some way or other." So he should only fill his belly with some way or other. Verse Verse 65 Tamare क्षीण देखी शुनि कर अर्धाशन A शुष्क वैराग्य नहे सन्यासीर धर्म. I've heard that you have cut your eating in half. Indeed, I see that you are skinny. Such dry renunciation is also not the religion of sannyasi. Verse 66 यथा योग्य उदर भरे ना करे विषय भोग सन्यासीर तबे सिद्धय ज्ञान योग. A sannyasi eats as much as necessary to maintain his body, but he does not enjoy satisfying his senses materially. Thus, a sannyasi becomes perfectly A sannyasi eats as much as necessary to maintain his body, but he does not enjoy even his senses materially. Thus, a sannyasi becomes perfect in the spiritual advancement of advancement becomes perfect in such thus a sannyasi becomes perfect in his spiritual advancement in knowledge. Verse 67 and 68 नात्य अशंतो अपि योगो अस्ति न चैकांतम अनशनतः न चाति स्वयं शीलस्य जागृतो नैव चार्जुना. युक्ताहार विहारस्य युक्तचेष्टस्य कर्मसु युक्तस्वप्नाबोधस्य योगो भवति दुःखः. Lord Krishna said, My dear Arjun, one cannot usually perform mystic yoga, but if he eats more than necessary or needlessly fasts, sleeps and dreams too much, or does not sleep enough, one should eat and enjoy his senses as much as necessary. One should properly endeavor to execute his duties, and one should regulate his sleep and wakefulness. Thus, one can become freed from the material pains by executing mystic yoga. Purport. This quotation is from Bhagavad Gita 6.16 and 17. Verse 69 Prabhu kahe आज्ञा बालक मोई शिष्य तोमार मोरे शिक्षा देह ए bhagya amar. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu then humbly submitted, I'm just like an ignorant boy and I'm like your disciple. It is my great fortune that you are instructing me. Verse 70 Eta Shuni Ramchandra Puri uthi gela bhakt gana ardhashana kare Puri Gosani Shunila. Hearing this, Ramchandra Puri got up and left. He also heard from various sources that all the devotees of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu were eating half as much as usual. Verse 71 Aradin Bhakta Gana Saha Paramanand Puri Prabhu Pashe Nivedila Danya Vinay Kari. The next day, Paramanand Puri and other devotees approached Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu with great humility and submission. Verse 72 Ramchandra Puri Haya Nindak Swabhav Tar Bole Anna Chadi Kiba Habelab. Paramanand Puri said, My god brother Ramchandra Puri is by nature a bad critic. If you give up eating because of his words, that will be what will be the profit? Verse 73 Purir Swabhav Yatheshtha Ahar Karana Ye na khaye tare khao yaya yatan kariya. It is the nature of Ramchandra Puri that first he lets one eat as much as desired, and if one does not eat more than necessary with great attention, he makes him eat more. Verse 74 Khao yana na punah tare karaye nindana eta anna khao tomar keta ache dhana. In this way, he induces one to eat more than necessary, and then he directly criticizes him, saying, You eat so much, how much money do you have in your treasury? Verse 75 Sannyasi ke eta khao yana kar dharma nash atev janinu tomare kichu nahi bhas. Also, by inducing sannyasis to eat so much, you spoil their religious principles. Therefore, I can understand that you have no advancement. Verse 76 के काइचे व्यवहार किबा काइचे खाए ए अनुसंधान तेन्हो करय सदाय. It is Ramchandra Puri's business to inquire always about how others are eating and conducting their daily affairs. Verse 77 Shastre ye dui dharma karaiche kerar Kerache Varjana se karma nirantar inhar karana. The two kinds of activities rejected in the revealed scriptures constitute his daily affairs. Verse 78 Paraswabhav karmani na prashamasen na grahayet vishwam ekatmakam pashyan prakritya purushena cha. One should see that because of the meeting of material nature and the living entity, the universe is acting uniformly. Thus, one should neither praise nor criticize the characteristics or activities of others. Purport This verse from Srimad Bhagavatam 11.28.1 was spoken by Lord Krishna to Uddhav. Verse 79 Tar Madhye Purv Vidhi Prashamsa Chadiya Paravidhi Ninda Kare Balishtha Janiya. Of the two rules, Ramchandra Puri obeys the first by abandoning praise. But although he knows that the second is more prominent, he neglects it by criticizing others. Purport The above mentioned verse from Srimad Bhagavatam gives two injunctions. The first, called Purva Vidhi, is that one should not praise, and the second, Para Vidhi, that one should not criticize. As will be apparent from the following verse, the injunction against praise is less important than the injunction against blasphemy. One should carefully observe the Paravidhi, although one may neglect the Purva Vidhi. Thus, the actual injunction is that one may praise but should not criticize. This is called Shleshokti, or a statement having two meanings. Ramchandra Puri, however, acted in just the opposite way, for he neglected the Paravidhi but strictly observed the Purvidhi since he avoided following the principle of not criticizing. Ramchandra Puri broke both the rules. Verse 80 Purva Parayor Madhye Paravidhir Balvan. Between the former rule and the latter rule, the latter is more important. This is a verse from Nyaya literature. So this is the one line purport. Verse 81 Yahan Guna Shat Ache Tah na kare grahan Guna Madhye Chale kare dosh aropan. Even where there are hundreds of good qualities, a critic does not consider them. Rather, he attempts by some trick to point out a fault in those attributes. Verse 82 Inhar स्वभाव यहाँ करते ना युयाय तथापि कहिए किछु मर्म दुख पाए. One should not therefore follow the principles of Ramchandra Puri. Nevertheless, I have to say something against him because he is making our hearts unhappy. Verse 83 Inhar vachane kene anna tyag kara puruvat nimantrana mana sabar bol dhara. Why have you given up proper eating due to the criticism of Ramchandra Puri? Please accept invitations as before. This is the request of us all. Verse 84 Prabhu kahe sabe kene puri re kar rosh sahaj dharma kahe tenho tanra ki badosh. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu replied, Why are all of you angry at Ramchandra Puri? He is expounding the natural principles of sannyas life. Why are you accusing him? Verse 85 Yati hena jiva lampatya atyant anyay yatir dharma prana rakhite ahar matra khai. For a sannyasi to indulge in satisfying the tongue is a great offense. The duty of a sannyasi is to eat only as much as needed to keep body and soul together. Verse 86 Tabe sabe meli prabhure bahu yatna kaila sabar agrahe prabhu ardheka rakhila. When they all requested very fervently that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu take a full meal, he still would not do so. Instead, he responded to the request by accepting half as much as usual. Verse 87. Dui pana kaudi lage prabhura nimantrane kabhu dui jana bhokta kabhu teen jane. The cost of the food needed to invite Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was fixed at 2 panas of kaudis, 160 conch shells, and that food would be taken by 2 men and sometimes 3. Verse 88. अभोजयन्न विप्र यदि करेन निमंत्रण प्रसाद मूल्य लाइते लागे कौड़ी दुईपण. When a Brahmana at whose home an invitation could not be accepted invited the Lord, he would pay 2 panas of conch shells to purchase the prasadam. Verse 89. भोज्यान्न विप्र यदि निमंत्रण करे किछु प्रसाद आने किछु पाक करे घरे. When a Brahman at whose home an invitation would be accepted invited him, the Brahmana would purchase part of the prasadam and cook the rest at home. Verse 90 and 91. Pandit Gosani Bhagwan Acharya Sarvabhauma Nimantreణ Dine Yadi Kare Nimantrana Tan Sabar Ichhaye Prabhu Karena Bhojana Tahan Prabhuras Swatantraya Nai Yaiche Tan Ramana. Even on a day when Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was invited to dine by others, if Gadadhar Pandit Bhagwanacharya or Sarvam Bhattacharya invited him, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had no independence. He would accept their invitations as they desired. Verse 92. Bhakta Ganesh Sukha Dite Prabhura Avatar Yahan Yaiche Yogya Tahan Karena Vyavhar. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu actually descended to give happiness to the devotees. Thus he behaved in whatever way fit the time and circumstances. Verse 93. Kabhu laukik riti yena itara tara jana kabhu swatantra karena aishwarya prakatana. Because of his full independence, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu sometimes behaved like a common man and sometimes manifested his godly opulence. Verse 94. Kabhu Ramchandra Purira Haya Bhritya Praya Kabhu Tare Nahi Mane Dekhe Trina Praya. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu sometimes accepted Ramchandra Puri as his master and considered himself a servant, and sometimes the Lord, not caring for him, would see him as being just like a straw. Verse 95. Ishwar Charitra Prabhura Buddhir Agochara Yabe Ye Karena Ye Se Sabe Manohara. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu behaved exactly like the Supreme Personality of Godhead, beyond the restriction of anyone's intelligence. He did whatever he liked, but all his activities were very beautiful. Verse 96. E Mata Ramchandra Puri Nilachale Deen Keta Rahi Gela Tirth Karibare. Thus Ramchandra Puri stayed for some days at Nilachal, that is Jagannath Puri, then he left to visit various holy places of pilgrimage. Verse 97. Tenho Gele Prabhura Gana Haila Harshita Shirer Pathara Yena Padila Achambita. The devotees considered Ramchandra Puri to be like a great burden on their heads. When he left Jagannath Puri, everyone felt extremely happy, as if a great stone burden had suddenly fallen from their heads to the ground. Verse 98. Swachande Nimantrana Prabhura Kirtan Nartana Swachande Karena Sabe Prasad Bhojana. After his departure, everything was happy once again. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu accepted invitations as usual and led congregational chanting and dancing. Everyone else also accepted prasadam without hindrances. Verse 99. Guru Peksha Kaile Aiche Phalahaya Krame Ishwar Paryanta Aparadhe Thekaya. If one's spiritual master rejects him, one becomes so fallen that he, like Ramchandra Puri, commits offenses even to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Verse 100. Yadyapi Guru Budhe Prabhu Tar Dosh Na Laila तार फल द्वारा लोके शिक्षा कराइला. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu did not consider the offenses of Ramchandra Puri, for the Lord considered him his spiritual master. However, his character instructed everyone about the result of offending the spiritual master. Verse 101 Chaitanya Charitra Yena Amritera Pura Shunite Shravane Mane Lagaye Madhura. The character of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is full of nectar. Hearing about is pleasing to the ear and mind. Verse 102 चैतन्य चरित्र लिखी शुन एक मने अनायासे पाबे प्रेम Shri Krishna चरणे. I write about the character of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. O readers, please hear with attention, for thus you will easily receive ecstatic love for the lotus feet of Lord Sri Krishna. Verse 103 Shri Rup Raghunath Pate Yar Ash Chaitanya Charitamrit Kahe Krishnadas. Praying at the lotus feet of Shri Rup and Shri Raghunath, always desiring their mercy, I, Krishnadas, narrate Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu Charitamrita, following in their footsteps. Purport. Thus end the Bhaktivedanta purpose to Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita Antilila, 8th chapter, describing how the Lord reduced his eating in fear of the criticism of Ramchandra Puri. Thank you for joining. Hari Om Tat Sat. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami ki jai.